Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here with a layout for the Rachel Jefferies creative team. I am sharing a hybrid scrapbook layout for you in 12 by 12, working with the brand new Sarda Salt collection from Rachel Jefferies. So first off, what I wanted to show you is how I have created these deeper shadows underneath the fish on this layout. And my idea was, so I stole this idea from one of the pattern papers in the collection, and it's this one that has the fish swimming in different directions going across the page. And I thought that idea was really cute. I played around with using that as the entire background for the page, but it felt kind of heavy to me for this layout. So I decided to use these little fish embellishments in the collection as the perfect opportunity to have the fish swimming on the background pattern paper and to make it look like they're actually floating above the bottom of the ocean. And the blue and white striped pattern paper is more the bottom of the ocean. And then of course there's some green here to look like they're swimming through some of the seaweed and elements that are at the bottom of the ocean as well. And so just a really fun, lighthearted layout here. So let me open up these little fish and let you take a look at how they are originally in the collection. And this is Sarda Salt. It's in the Elements folder. Here they are. And so there are 4. I'm just going to open them all up individually here. Look how cute they are. So let me add a layer underneath here. I'm going to show you on this tab right here. Let me increase the canvas size so that we have a 12 by 12. And that way you get a feel for how big your canvas is and how big do you want your fish compared to the canvas. And also let me see if I can grab the little background paper here. Whoops, that's not it. Not that one. Here we go. Okay, try this again. There we go. Okay, that's that one. Copy this one over here. I'm just going to loosely arrange them into some kind of sort of directional movement. Let's see, I did open. I thought I opened 4. 1, 2, 3. There's one missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I get this one? Okay, there we go. And so this is going to set up kind of the pattern of the fish going across the page. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and merge all of these fish together. So merge those layers. And then we can go in and add those drop shadows to the group as a whole. And then we can repeat it across the page. And so I want these fish to look like they're floating above the bottom of the ocean, and that means that the shadow is going to be a little bit darker and a little bit underneath them. It's going to depend on, like in real life, it's going to depend on where the sun is in the day. And I'm pretending like the sun on this particular day is kind of almost directly underneath them. And so we're just going to start playing with the settings underneath these fish to get the look that we want. And I like them. I like the shadows kind of offset underneath. I have an opacity at 33, but we're going to probably adjust that a little bit along the way. And of course, I have it set on linear burn. And the spread, I always keep pretty close to 0. I don't really mess with that a lot. And then the size I use to soften. And notice how you can make it appear further away. And that's kind of what we want. And so let's go a little bit darker with the distance. And let's bring up that the opacity a little bit. Now it does look a little fuzzy at this point. So pull it back. Pull back the size a little bit. And that's giving us that effect, I feel like. You can make the depth a little bit deeper for maybe a deeper water. But I tried not to go too far away because you want it to be believable. And then you can also play with the angle to get that shadow cast based on kind of where the sun is. And the reason that you want to merge all the four layers together is so that you don't have to add that drop shadow to each and every one of them. And then once you have the 4 and the shadows that you like, you can simply duplicate the layer and add more wherever you want across the layout. And so that is how the fish here have their shadow and how they came to be on that page. Okay, so now I'm going to take you to my hybrid process here and show you the items that I have printed out in preparation for this layout. First off, the photo. The photo is of Addison with his giant catfish that he captured a few weeks ago. And then I've also printed and cut these elements from the Sarda Salt collection. The original fish pattern paper that's in the collection, a couple of clusters of embellishments, the frame from the collection. And then this is my entire background here, and you can see the other elements that I've added. You can see the fish with their darling little drop shadow added for the sun. And what I've done here is just added a couple of really simple little strips of pattern paper across the top and the bottom and the right hand side, along with a couple of the mixed media items in the collection. And so building the layout from here on is pretty quick and simple. It just means adhering things according to how I had planned the layers. So first off, starting with the fish paper itself, I mentioned how I was going to try to use that as the background paper for the overall layout, and didn't feel like that felt right for the layout, but I didn't want to leave it out altogether. So I'm using it as kind of what I call a home base for the photo and the other embellishments. And I think that works out really cute. That little piece of pattern paper brings your eye there. Once you've kind of taken in the overall layout and taken in the fish swimming across the pattern paper. and then this brings your eye right where you want it to go to the photo. Because I still believe that the photo is the most important thing. Notice how I added the journaling on top of the photo frame from the layout. I'm trying to just get it positioned here, but the journaling is just a couple of sentences going right above the photo here, and I've sort of tilted that photo a little bit on top of the frame instead of just doing the predictable frame on top of the photo. But I've tilted it a little bit to give it a little bit of visual interest, a little bit of casual feel. This is a very casual feeling layout here. We're out fishing, we're in the outdoors, we're just hanging out here and not taking things too seriously. And that's one thing I love about the fish overall on the background of this layout, and one thing I love about adding elements in this kind of casual way. And you'll notice here how I have created these clusters in Photoshop prior to printing them, and I started with these, they look like little folded paper rosettes to me. They're just called flowers in the embellishment pack, and they're a great little spot to add, like you see here, I added the little yellow leaves and the catch of the day word art. Perfect little cluster for the bottom corner. And then I built another one for the top left corner, again with the rosette and the little tag there with the number 18. The 18 doesn't really have a particular significance, but it's a fun little tag, and it also repeats that beautiful orange rust color. And then, of course, the love it here word art. And then I added just the little compass at the top where those word strips are, or where those pattern paper strips are at the top of the layout. And that, my friends, completes the layout. Thank you so much for being here and following along with my process. I hope you've learned a few things about using drop shadows in Photoshop. And as always, I will be back again very soon with more inspiration for you. Thanks again. Bye-bye.